Hi, it's Amanda again. So, I wanted to introduce you to a couple of new members to the family, to the Creative Guardian family. I've been fortunate enough to have been able to grow a couple of things and also been gifted a couple of things. So, I'm going to show you what they are. Come on. Okay, here is the first member to the family, and we've got another one coming up here, and they are sweet sop or cherry moya or custard apple, and they will grow into trees. So I planted about, I don't know, I think there was about 20 seeds, and this one came up first, and we've got, as I say, another one coming up, and I'm hoping that we have at least, a few more, just to give it a chance. It's better in the sense of, having the success with a few of them rather than, have just one or two. And then, if one dies or you move it or whatever, so you can learn from your mistakes. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, we've got 4 coming up. These are the Soursop. You make Soursop punch, and there again so many different properties from each of the plants themselves, and I'm just so not amazed, but I'm always amazed at seeing growth, but I'm just so pleased, to see them come up like that. So that's Soursop that I've grown from seed. I was gifted this Noni, and I have to get it in the soil. I wanted a Noni tree, and here is the start. This is Noni, and it definitely needs the nourishment and to go in the soil, so I need to do that today. What is the next one? So the next one is, I was given this, somebody had planted, had dug up from, I don't know, their garden. This is Soursop as well. When it came to me, the leaves kind of looked like this. Let's see if we can see it really well here. So the leaves, a bit mottled, and what I've done is I watered it, and I've given it some of the Mexican sunflower, and you can see some of the new leaves. So I'm going to put this out gradually, deciding I've got a spot that I'm thinking is the place that I want to put it. It's by the fence, and there's a lot of composted stuff that's there already. And so I just need to prepare the soil and prepare a hole, but I think this will do well. As I say, it's been growing some really nice, it's got some really nice new growth going, and it definitely needs to come out of the pot, because if we look at the bottom, we can see some leaves. We can see the it needs, the roots are coming through. Okay, so that's that. The next one is a tamarind tree. Now, I've always wanted to grow tamarind, have never had any success. I was given this. Again, I watered it. It was quite dry. It's in a small pot, and the roots are coming out of the bottom. But I've given it some, that is a, this is a okra plant, so I need to plant that out. I wondered what it was. Okay, so I've given it some nourishment and the Mexican sunflower, and it seems to be, growing quite well. Again, this grows into a big tree, so the spot that I was thinking is kind of over here, but the soil here is not well nourished. So I need to make sure that I put a lot of composted material and prepare the soil really well. So I want to put it over there. What was the other thing? The disappointing thing is that in the last 2 days I had some pepper seedlings that had grown. Put the seeds in, the seeds grew, and I planted some out. They got eaten, and I thought, well, at least I've got these. I'm going to put them in pots. Came today to do that, and slugs or snails have eaten off the tops. Now I'm hoping that the little ridge here that I can see is the buds of some leaves. So there's one here that I might be able to salvage, and I might be able to salvage this one. So I'm gonna put it in a different spot and see if I can protect them. The other thing that was eaten, I had in here some spinach, and again they've been eaten. I don't know what I can salvage, and you can see on the leaves of this one the slime from the slug or the snail that came through here. The other things that are really exciting are these plants here. Now, you might not know what they are. Oh, some of you might actually know what they are from looking at them. These are neem trees. So what happened was my neighbour gave me some branches from a tree that he had cut back, and on the branches were loads of seeds. I planted a couple and nothing seemed to happen, and I just dashed the branches and the leaves under my mahogany tree just to compost down, and I left it, thought nothing of it. And then just within this last, say, month, I've been seeing these little, I saw them come up before. That one needs to be emptied. I saw them come up before. It's got too much water in. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me try and get them out. I think this is it's a papaya seed, I think. Anyway, so they've all started to come up, and so I've been picking them up because where they're growing is where Cole, my dog, is, you know, running about. So I've got about 20 of them, and some in here. Got some here, there's 4 here. Some in here as well. They seem to be growing, so I need to find pots for them. And where was the other? That was it. Yeah. The other thing that that is new to the family, but I haven't identified it yet, is this. Now, some of you might say, oh, it's a weed, but I don't think so. I think it's a plant of substance. Just by the look of the leaves, you know, they just look like it's going to be a lovely plant. I just love the red in the leaves and the green. So I'm just nurturing that now. There's something else that's coming up here, a little seedling, but that's probably either one of these. I've been finding, where are they? I've left a few here. They started to grow. It was unusual. This is how they look when they first start. And then as they grow, they've been changing. So these 2 leaves, and I thought, oh, they're so pretty, the leaves. But then they grow into this. So it's a vine, and I think it's ivy gourd. And they're all over. They have, you can eat them, but they're also known as an invasive weed. So you just have to be careful. Wherever you plant, you know, if you break off a piece, it will grow. So it's like bindweed that you get in England and some others. So I've, you know, just left some of them in there because I thought I want to see how they grow, and I want to see what they grow into, because it might be an interesting plant. Because you can, you know, eat they look like little mini cucumbers. You can eat them, you cook them. You can eat them at all stages, but not very many people do here in Barbados, that I've spoken to. And then here I've got the cotton. I decided to put the cotton leaves, the cotton seedlings that started to grow in pots. So I've got, you know, I was dealing with the title of overwhelm. There's so many seeds and things coming up. It's just like, oh my gosh, where do I plant them? But just sit in the fact that things are growing. Sit in the fact that things are changing, and that's kind of connected to your life, how you grow, how you change, the changes that you need to make to facilitate growth, the things that you need to do. So I'm going to leave it there. So those are the new additions to the family that I'm really proud of, and look forward to seeing them thrive and really grow. So I shall see you next time. Take care.